Well, good morning, everybody. This is Max Steingart, and we are broadcasting live simultaneously on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And of course, I have my students that are logged in to the Zoom, so they get to ask me questions. And in the future, for those of you that are on Facebook and LinkedIn, and watching me on YouTube, we're going to give you the opportunity to dial into the Zoom session we're doing so you can ask me questions. But that's for another day. We have on Saturdays, we do this session primarily to work with our students, answer their questions. And right now we have a boot camp going on, which frankly is pretty exciting. People are having great success, and we're here to help all of them master a 4-step simple process. All right. So we're going to, let me share screens. Now, for those of you that are new to social media, or maybe you've been doing it for a while, and you've been frustrated, you're not having a lot of success. I want to first let me set the record straight and tell you that anybody can do this. It's a very, very 4-step simple process. You have a Facebook page, you have a LinkedIn account, you have a page. The rest is a matter of reaching out and connecting with people, communicating with them, and closing them. You don't need a website, you don't need a funnel, you don't need to spend money on advertising or leads. So I've been teaching this for well over 25 years. And I'm telling you that anybody can do this. You want to be successful at this, it's a matter of practice, persistence, perseverance, and practice. And you'll all get it. Everybody gets it. So first, believe you can. If you believe you can, you're halfway there. Setting that in your mind that you can do this. And when you understand some of the people that are doing it, and frankly, I know some of you look at some of the people in your business that have been very successful and you go, if this person can do it, my God, I can do it. So believe you can, and you're halfway there. Don't waste time waiting for inspiration or education. Begin, and inspiration will follow you. For those of you that were on our session yesterday, we are on Friday, we're going to conduct a series of broadcasts. We're going to be calling them leader casts, because I'm going to be bringing on people very successful in network marketing, people that have been, frankly, have reached the $1 million stage. And yesterday we did our first one. It was a little rough. We had, I had my friend George Ruiz, and I also had Francisco Rodriguez. And for those of you that were able to see it, George was on the wrong computer, so his images were grainy. We're going to do another one. But his story certainly had to inspire a lot of people. He's now a diamond in his 4th network marketing company, Viseo, and doing all of the things that we teach you to do. That's what he does. So he's constantly posting, he's constantly putting stuff out there, and he's got a fabulous team that he's built with his new company. He made this post: Babe Ruth held the record for strikeouts for decades. And when asked this, he simply said, every strike brings me closer to the next home run. My favorite Babe Ruth quote was, if you don't swing at the ball, you can't be expected to hit it. So George has been a top earner in 4 companies: Vaxa, USANA, Isogenics, and now he's in Viseo. I'm thrilled he's my friend. And you can go to my Facebook page, go to my LinkedIn page, or my YouTube channel and watch the video. We also did some training. And we had Francisco. Francisco has been a student for over 20 years. The first company he was in that I worked with him on was legal, prepaid legal. Well, he jumped back into network marketing last year, and in November, he had a team of 200 people, and he had just recruited his first 2 successful network marketers that were joining his team. And that was last November. This year, his team size, 7,500 people, and he's brought in 22 whales. Great story, an inspiration, frankly, to everybody. So now I'm going to pop back over here. Jump over here, and now I'm going to look, and actually let me okay. There we go. Okay. So we're where we want to be, and what I wanted to do was bring up my YouTube profile so I can actually watch this broadcast right here. Okay. So now let me take a look and see who's here. So if you want me to look at your profile, let me know. If you have any conversations you're having with your prospects, let me know. Nathan, I wasn't able to call you back. I had they delivered my wife's new TV. Maybe we can, talk a little later. We're going to take a look at your account. Pam, okay, first let's look at I got to tell you something. I have done a number of retreats over the years. Let me bring up I have conducted a number of retreats, but this one is going to be very, very special. And let me see. Pop that, put it up on the screen. This one is going to be exceptional. Okay. So let's see what we've got here. All right. So it looks like James is the only one with a conversation. So we're going to jump into his account. And in the Q&A. And Bill, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. Now, what Bill was asking me is, we have a special Black Friday promotion for boot camp, which is obscenely low. And Bill wanted to know if he could extend that to members of his team, and I told him yes. And if any of you have team members, check your email, share it with your team. Get your team into this boot camp, and it will set the stage for you to having outrageous success in November, December. All right, because as we approach the Thanksgiving holiday, a lot of things are easier to do than literally any other time of the year. November and December are my two favorite months. So I'm going to pop over to LinkedIn, and I'm going to jump into James' account. And to simplify things, I'm going to do a little case study. You can't see this, it's okay. It's only going to be a minute. James and Joel. And I'm going to shut that down. So, okay, Michael, I'm going to look into your account, but I just want to tell you, and in fact, I will look into your account, and I'll show you what we're talking about here. All right, now, before we jump into James' conversation that he's having with a great prospect, we're going to pop over here. And I'm going to bring up my profile over here. It's going to be interesting. So I just wanted to show you that what you're seeing, this is how LinkedIn rebroadcasts when you do a LinkedIn Live. They take the cover section of your profile and they put it there. Put it there. It's kind of interesting if you could actually almost watch yourself. So now we're going to come over to the message area, and you're talking to James. Oops. Yeah, James Lake. Now, all right. So you're talking to somebody, and we've got that you've identified as really a terrific prospect, okay? Now, what you have to do, you're getting ready to talk to him about the business. So let's come back up here. Look at how much he's writing. The more a person talks to you, the more open they are. So he's got really a great conversation with James, and let's take a look at who James is. One of the reasons why you're going to love LinkedIn is because you have so much information about a person. Now, James, this green donut indicates that he's hooked up to his phone. When you send somebody a message, they'll write back right away if they want to, if they like you. So he lost his job in July. She's been out of work for 4 months. She's got a background in sales and management. And you want to look at all of his experiences. To see the other things that he's done. Now, looking at the conversation. It's a conversation that started in October, end of October. So we've only been talking to him for about maybe 2.5, 3 weeks. You reach out to him, he accepts. I like to meet new people. I'm one of those people that will remain coachable. How has LinkedIn worked for you? Question would be, how is it to work with you? I have a passion for working with people in a team environment. Okay. So what you do is, as you're talking to somebody, pull out the things that make him a great candidate for your business. She's got a passion for working with people. Okay. So why did you leave the tire company? Family-owned company. Now, first time he was ever discharged from an organization. Okay. Okay, so now how's your search for a new job going? It's coming along. Now, you ask somebody a question, most of the time they will come back, ask you the same question. You ask somebody what they do, they'll come back and ask you what you do. So how are things with you? Now, you were just leaving for vacation. Now, let me kind of explain the circumstances here. I'm writing to this guy for James. James is a coaching student. And as I work with James, we are developing scripts that he's going to be able to use over and over again. Now, the other day, I just said to James, come on, James, you can do this. And he doesn't want to mess it up. So he asked me to kind of walk him through this one. After we do this one, James, and maybe one more, you should really have it down. So we told him, you're heading to Hawaii. So what kind of job are you interviewing for? I'm open to new opportunities. Now, there's a big difference between being a sales manager, a district manager, and an operations manager. Sales managers work with salespeople. Operations, well, you know, they work with everybody, but you're really looking for somebody that likes to sell. So we said is a big difference. Which do you prefer? But in a team leader sales role, okay, that's what you were waiting to hear. The more you know about the other person, the more you know, the easier it is to show some. First of all, you have to, the more you know about somebody, the more you know that they clearly would benefit from working with you and they would be successful at the same time. So on Monday, we sent him a little GIF. Okay, my wife thinks I'm crazy and addicted to LinkedIn. What's happening on the job search? I'm in a hunt. I want to make sure it's a good fit. Okay. So he says, looking what, okay, so again, this is the process. What did you love doing in your previous job? Working with my team, identifying up and coming talents, reaching all set goals. And the learning when we don't, growth. Okay. So now this is the part where all of you are heading, introducing your business. Now, unfortunately, a lot of you, or frankly, a lot of you that are watching this are being taught the wrong things. There's no diplomatic way to say it. You're being taught, just throw it out there. Just send somebody a link, send somebody a connection request. Hey, would you be interested in making some money on the side if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? If not, it's okay. If somebody has taught you to do that, stop doing that. All right, because it's not an effective use of your time. If it was going to cost you $100 to tell somebody about your business, then you'd want to qualify them a little bit. So in the course of this conversation, we've learned that James Lake, salesman, sales manager, likes working with teams, building teams, supporting teams. So in this respect, the conversation that James is having with him is very similar to one that we had a couple of, maybe it was a month ago, with somebody else, resulting in James bringing into his business someone who has the potential to go all the way to the top of the company. Great guy. So we asked, what was the size of the largest group of people you work with, and what are your income requirements? And we started out by saying, I didn't realize when we first connected that we had so many things in common. Working with people and helping them achieve goals and then training them to surpass them and building teams. That's what I do. Okay. So now he comes back. Yes, it appears you share many common traits. And of course, you both got the same name. Okay, so with regards to size, as a role in operations manager, so he's giving us a lot of information. Home and compensation requirements all depend on my role and responsibility. One of my worst faults, I'm passionate when I commit to a project, and I'm forever coachable. And what he's telling you is, if he likes it, it doesn't matter what he starts paying him. Okay. And he says, so we should try to schedule a call, get to know a little bit more about each other. I already feel a connection of intent, which means just like Joel, which was a phenomenal example. I mean, Joel just came right out and asked you. Sharp people will pick this up. They already feel a connection of intent. Well, you got that right. So when would be the, and James got a little, oh my God, what is, we're going to the phone? We haven't qualified him enough. So he says, I'm slammed this afternoon. Monday and Thursday. Okay. So we're going to push this back. We're going to set it up for Thursday. And now we have between now and Thursday to do the rest of the qualifying. Right. And now the other thing, in fact, one of the things we loved about the other guy was he basically said, blow my mind, you know? And it was so good that we turned it into a case study. Now, okay. So here it is, it's Saturday. We've got a call scheduled. Now I want you to watch how quickly James doesn't, wherever he is going to respond. So first, what we're going to do is send him a little note. I hope you're having, I hope it's the beginning to, I hope you're going to have an enjoyable weekend. Thursday works best for me. To talk. For us to talk. And I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Now, even though this is a very, very important point for all of you, okay, you set up your appointment for Thursday, but you got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You don't stop communicating with somebody just because you set up the appointment. Now, first, what we're going to do, we're going to send that over. All right, then we're going to send this. Just saw it, right? We're going to pop that in there. And now we're going to use the same message that I sent, or you sent, we sent to Joel. Okay. Now, there's another quote that is really terrific, which is experience is what you get when you didn't get what you want. And we could go over here. And we come over here to images. And we can pull this up. Copy that. Whoops. Copy image. Interesting website, motivational morphine. Okay. Now, you go back and you look at the conversation that you had with Joel. With Joel, Joel had already been working for another company. Or Joel had already had his own business. So let's ask him the question. Most of the people, go back and just look at his profile one more time. This goes back to 1998. So most of the people sales, as you have, or should say many. At one time, started their own business. And we'll send it over. Okay. Want to find out. Remember, people don't put on their profile everything that they've done. He's been building teams. He's been managing teams for companies. And as long as he serves the purpose, he continues to work for them. At a point in time where things change, he leaves. He leaves. So he's setting up all these companies, helping all these people, and then he moves on to the next one. We have several examples. If you come down here to the scripts book, right here, that's in boot camp. A number of classic examples of the way this conversation works. Number one, when these are case studies. When a prospect says, well, I've been approached by many people. That's a classic example. Another one is we have so much in common. The first one, which is an example of what James is in the process of doing. A is where the person has a negative attitude about network marketing. B, same concept, the person doesn't know anything about network marketing. And this one here, how to show another network marketer your business, are all along the same line. We have so much in common. Then what's going to happen is when we release Endless Free Leads 2020 next week, we have a number of new examples, and one of them is the conversation that James had with Joel. This one's going exactly the same way. Now, let me pop out of, he looked at it, we don't know what he's doing. So we're going to minimize this, and I'm going to, whoops. I'm going to jump out of James' account, and let me see if we, Michael, I'm going to jump into your account. As long as they haven't changed your password, it should be cool. There we go. Okay, so now let me unmute you. Okay. We'll see if that'll work.
Hey, Max.
Yeah, hey, Michael. Again, I'm sorry about your mom. I had meant to call you or send you a message, and things got a little crazy. But to answer your question, okay. And first, let me just say that things happen in life, and when they do, you deal with them. Don't take care of your family, take care of your health, do the things that you have to do, and have the confidence to know. First, let's go over to your network and see. So you got 14 new people that are reaching out to you. So and so you want to accept all of them, okay? And the game begins. So you've got new things, and what I want to point out is start at the bottom. So, because if you do the first one at the bottom and you accept somebody, what happens, scroll down a bit, and what they're going to do, only if you start at the bottom, they bring up this little thing here where they say, hey, Ria's connections, here's some of the ones that she could know. So this is a good way to extend your list. The other thing that you could do, you've got 2,600 connections. So if we wanted to create a little stir, and you do, because right now we're approaching Thanksgiving, and you've got that project launch script that works unbelievably well, November, December. So let's come over to your profile. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, and all right. So we have a couple of options. Number one, let's take this right here, and let's go in, and let's change your start date month to November. So you know what that's going to do. It's going to create a notification to all those people that you're connected to that you've got a business anniversary. The other thing that you could do, and you know, they move things. So when we did the for your birthdays, let's click contact information. So right now your birthday was listed October 25, but you weren't around. Okay, you were tied up. So we're going to come over here and we're going to change our birthday to November. And you see, right now, your birthday is only visible to your network. You had changed that. Okay, you had changed it to everybody. But when they moved this feature over to another place, they reset all the settings back to the original settings. So we're coming in here and we're gonna go November, today's the, what, the 13th? So let's do this because we wanna get going right away. So let's go with this November. Let's go with the 18th. Give it enough time to settle in. All right, now, again, so again, they're moving stuff. Now, all you have to do to kick it in again, it's, you know, really, really straightforward and simple. Go start posting up again. And what we're going to do is let's come back over here to your headline. We're going to, well, you've got career transition consultant. We're going to change that.
Okay.
No, you know. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to change home business mentor to home business coach. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say career
Sorry.
all right. So lifestyle transitioning mentor. And let's save this. Okay, and so, okay, so we've got this down here. Let's go back and get rid of the second one. Because one of the groups of people that you're going after are people that are getting out of the Navy. All right. So just, you know, so all you have to do, and by the way, there's something that has changed that you're really going to like. let's go over to, let's come down here to, okay. Yeah. So you never got the memo.
No, it didn't.
Okay, so
I've been out of commission for a few weeks.
yeah, well, this one's been out there for, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. But here's the deal. What you can do is you come over here to add section. You come down here to feature. Come down, yeah, come on. So we come over here to add section. We come down here to feature, and let's go to posts. So now these are the things that you've posted recently. We come down here and let's look for people, so here, never quit, always remember rule number 1. We got a lot of people that reacted to that. So we're going to click feature. That's going to put this post on your profile where everybody's going to see it. Okay. We come down here a little further. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better. Okay. So we're going to feature this one. Come down here a little further. Again, we go for the ones that had a lot of action and activity because this is going to put it right on your page. So we'll just come back up here, X this out. And now if we refresh your page, you come down here a little bit. Voila. People are going to see what you've posted, and that's going to get you more engagement from people that see it.
So
And
will this be kind of like I've been manually posting, but this is quicker?
No, you manually post, but when you manually post, let's go back over here. When you manually post, it's in what they call, the feed. People that you're connected to are going to see it. But it's a flow, it's a moving river. And not everybody that you're connected to sees it. People miss it. So by attaching it to your profile, then when anybody looks at your profile, they're going to see it, and so you're going to get more activity. Now, let me look at something here. Where is it? Yes, okay. So when you make a post, try to make a post that with a GIF, if you can. So today, you had a question?
No, I said, okay.
Okay. So if we come over here and let's go here on the internet and let's look for, because today is World Kindness Day. World Kindness Day GIF. Let's see if there's anything out there that you can use. And you're looking for something that, again, moves. Let's see if this one works. World Kindness Day GIF. Well, for one thing, we could just go over here and we could try it right here. We could go hit the little GIF image. Let's see what comes up. Happy World Kindness Day. Okay, so you've got one. And worst case scenario, you could use theirs. But if you can find one on here that's better, then you want to use that so you can stand out from, let's see what this,
Also,
go.
clear, I think also, if you do it through Google, it's probably clearer too.
Well, yeah, okay, so this one's good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna right click. We're gonna save the image. It'll be on my computer. And I'm putting it in here and it's World Kindness Day. Save it. And then we can come back over here to LinkedIn. And then we could go over here and let's pull it up. You'll be able to do it under the photos. Here it is right there. Put it up there. We could say, today is World Now, we want some action. We want some activity. So we can come up here and we can say, because today is World Kindness Day, try reaching out to 5 friends and let them know how much you appreciate okay, so because here, let's do this another way. Today, you could do either way, but today is World Kindness Day. Make someone day by reaching out to 5 friends and let them know how much you appreciate them. We post it.
Nice.
Whoops. All right. Now, this is that, see what they're going to try to do is going to say, oh, put this on your page, get more engagement, you know, go over here and make yourself, okay, so we put it here. And when we post this, all right, you got it here. I thought they were going to try to push you towards, becoming a, getting you to take, what do they call that? See, now what happens here, becoming a creator. We don't want to become a creator. We're going to be an influencer. And then what you do while you're here is come down here and let's go back to add a section, come back to featured, go back to posts, and we did this right here and just feature it. And now it's on your page. So that is something new. Now, let me, we had a couple of other,
Thank you, Max.
oh, you're welcome. And, like I said, sorry about your mom. Let me come over here. And okay, so Pam wants a cover. Okay, so I'm going to log out of, let's just take a look at this. Okay, now let me just point this out, okay? Because this is a strategy. Michael, are you going to raise capital? Would love to connect and get on a call. Now, when somebody like this approaches you, look at their profile. Okay? And she's in India. The only reason you'd want to talk to somebody like this is if you do business in India. But come down here and look. She's only been doing this for 6 months. Very temporary. So she was doing this for 4 months. Very, very short jobs. So anybody with a short job could be a candidate for your business. Richard will look at your prospect in the retreat. I'm sorry, in the mastermind session. Now, this will be easier. Let me look. Let me stay on your account and let me look at Pam. Okay. And so Pam, you've got the connect button, which is good. And you want to cover. Let me unmute Pam for just a sec. Well, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over here. And desktop. Over here, profile covers. And we're going to pop back over here and we're going to go to profile covers. Okay. So profile covers. All right, now you're in Philadelphia or in Pennsylvania. So why don't we put something like this. Copy that. And let me come back over here. And actually, let me do this a different way. So I'm going to pop them over to you. That's one. There's another one. And here's another one. And one last one. Now, these are for LinkedIn. Okay, now I'm gonna clock out of this. Pop back over here. Oh, I got a bunch of windows open. Here we go. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to log out of Pam's account. I'm out of Michael's account. Going to pop back into mine. And we'll pop over here. And so we sent Pam once you begin to change, so will the world around you. If you can dream it, you can do it. And that could very well be you down there. Same thing here. It's a matter of perception. People look at this and they want to be you. All right, let me take a look here. At let's check and see how Jan. And we'll come back and we'll look at Nathan. Good. See, Nathan, so people can see that you're on, even when you're not, which is very important. Let me unmute Janice. Oh, before I do that, I just want to show you what we did yesterday with Nathan. I just wanted to see. Let's view the profile. So, Janice, I'll be just with you in a second. Yesterday, what we did when I was working with Nathan is we made a post because World Toilet Day is going to be taking place on the 19th. Okay, so we posted this. And actually, what we neglected to do, Nathan, is you need to come up here, you need to edit this. We need to say World Toilet Day is on the 19th. And is a good time to reflect on your financial investments. What are your investments doing in today's economy? And I'm going to do that myself later. And it's going to be interesting to see how that works. So Janice, welcome back. I'm glad to see you. It's you've been following me since what, 2009. Let's come back over here. Okay. So what's been happening? What are you now? See, right now, you've only got 42 connections, and really, you've to you got to get more into this, because this is where the action is. This is where all the activity is. So what's been slowing you down?
Well, for a long time, I just didn't do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I started back doing something with it, about 2 years ago. And then I switched companies, and I was, they wanted me to do it their way, and which is what they call host a post. But that is not working for me either. So
I'm sorry. What was it called?
Host a post, where they get your friends to post something on their page for you. And that is not working for me. It works for a lot of people, but it doesn't work for me. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to go back and get on your stuff here, and I'm going to work on it more than I've ever worked on it before.
Okay. What business are you doing now?
I'm with It Works now. It Works Global.
Yeah, there. I've worked with I've worked with a number of actually, I worked with a leader in that company, and she was actually at the time that I did it, she was the top person in the company, and but she couldn't wrap her up. She couldn't get excited about it. She never really did it. And I said, it's okay if you don't do it, but you really need to, let your people know about it, because it works. And then about 2 years later, they had 4 or 5 people. I think it was Melanie McFarland. I think that was her name.
Yeah, I know that name.
Yeah. And so if we come up here, let me just see what she's doing. I think it was MAC. Here she is.
Second one.
No, this isn't her. No,
That's not her.
Um,
I think it's Melody.
Oh, MEL.
I think that's it. Let's see.
I'll tell you, it doesn't matter. But it made me curious, and we'll turn around and look her up. So, all right, so you're doing It Works, and it works when a few years back, tactical error, and they didn't teach their people how to do it right. And what ended up happening was Facebook scramble. I mean, they were just slamming people, and I'll tell you, and so Facebook scrambled their link. You could not share the It Works link with anybody.
You still can't.
Okay, yeah, that should tell you something. Yeah, they and if they do it over here on LinkedIn, it'll happen there too. So, all right. So, let me just come down here and take a look. Okay, now.
The
So
other company I was in was Lavelle.
Uh-huh.
And the only reason I switched I guess my mentor, the girl over me, she switched back. Well, she does real good in either one. I think she's even trying to do both. And so I went with her. You kind of follow certain people sometime. And sometimes I wonder if I would have just done better if I had stayed with Lavelle.
Well, if you really want to be successful in network marketing, number one, you got to be passionate about the products. And you have to be to the point where you'd recommend them to people, even if you didn't get paid. Then you want to be, you need to be working with somebody, especially if you're looking to getting into, a business. You shop for a sponsor. So the Virtual Global Network CTO, Chief Transition Officer, well, you don't have enough connections to really worry about it. But here's the thing. You were an X-ray tech for
Right.
years, okay? And so you could come up here, and if we wanted to do a search for X-ray technicians, and that isn't necessarily the best, but these are people. So there are 27,000 X-ray technicians on LinkedIn. And if we came up here and we just added one word, looking, there's 657 X-ray technicians that are looking for new work, new job. You could come up here and look for all kinds of people that are flat out looking for work. And those would be the easiest people for you to talk to, to work with. But then there are plenty of other folks, that are doing it too. So there's no shortage of people that you could be talking to. And at the end of the day, it's all going to come down to one thing. How many people are you talking to on a daily basis that are looking for an opportunity, that would be interested in talking to you? And then you're there. So it's just a matter of, learning the steps. And sometimes what happens is, the company gives you some strategy that they insist you use, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for a lot of people, but that's all they know. So what do? If you're passionate about the products, you do it my way. Don't tell them how you're doing it, just do it. And what'll end up happening is when you start rank advancing quickly, okay, and you start jumping ranks, they're going to come back and they're going to say, so what are you doing? How what are you doing? and you're not going to tell them. Okay? You're not going
Okay.
to tell them. Well, you're not going to tell them because you don't want other people in your company doing it because it works. I mean, it's just what happens. So yeah, it's do it my way, you'll start seeing results, you'll start having some success. And that's what companies do. They edify. They say, oh, look, Janice is doing so good. They'll hold you up as an example. And if they want to know how you're doing it, I'm doing it on Facebook. The reason you don't want to tell them is because then people will start following you and they'll start looking at what you're doing. Oh, let me check and see what she's doing. You don't want to become the company teacher. You want to just continue to build your business. So anyway, listen, I'm glad you're back. And this thing went on way, way longer than I thought. But the bottom line for all of you is this. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, to prevent all of you from becoming successful in your company. Create a page, you connect with people, start conversations, and focus on them, and you are on your way to having amazing success. Again, I put the link. I'll do it one more time if I can find it. Might be easier.
Max, is there
Yes.
anything I need to change on my page that will
No,
help me out?
yeah, there's one thing you need to change. And that's right here, 42 connections.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? You need to get that up.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay? And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in the chat window a link to the mastermind session that we're going to start. Whoa, this went crazy. We're going to start our mastermind session in 15 minutes. So you can all jump on that. And we'll catch up to all of you over there. Until next time, best of luck in building your business. And folks, listen, boot camp is hot. So jump in it. We've got some new strategies. There are things that you're going to be able to do in November and December that you can't do any other time of the year because it's November and December. And that project launch script is amazing at this time of year. We'll talk to all of you next time. Best of luck in building your business. God bless.